everyone, so I'm back with another YouTube video for you guys today, and today's video, as you can tell, it is going to be how I deal with my anxiety and my panic attacks, because I've been getting a lot of, well, not a lot, but a few private messages on YouTube and on my Instagram saying that they would like to see how I deal with my anxiety because they're struggling with it and they don't know how to deal with it. So I'm going to make this video for you guys today. So, a couple of things before I start. I am wearing glasses, and yes, they are not fake. I recently, well, today, just got glasses. I went for an eye appointment last Saturday, so a week today, and they figured I needed glasses, which I did need before, but I didn't wear them. But now I really like these ones, and I got them today, so that's what they look like. I like them. I like them a lot. And second, yes, I am wearing a bandage because something happened which is kind of related to mental health and stuff like that, but I don't want to get into that because I don't really feel like talking about it, because I've already spoke about it to teachers and stuff like that to help me cope with it, but I don't want to talk about it anymore because I just want that to go away. So just ignore that I've got a bandage on. So yeah, today I'm going to be talking about how I deal with my anxiety and how I deal with my panic attacks. I know I have touched up a bit on this with my anxiety and panic attacks video on this channel, which if you haven't watched you should really go watch, which I know I've said a few things about how I deal with it, but I haven't said everything. It's not all of it, it's just bits of it. Now, my anxiety can happen anywhere. It mostly happens at school or if I'm in a crowded place or I feel uncomfortable, but it can happen anywhere, and I think that's the same with anyone's anxiety. It can happen in one place one time or for a few times, and then you think, oh no, I'll go to a different place, it won't happen there, but it does. And that's the thing, it's very confusing because you think that it's not going to happen if it doesn't happen one time. Say if you go to, I don't know, a shopping centre and you normally have panic attacks when you go there, and then you go to a certain shopping centre and when you don't, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have you're not going to have a panic attack next time you go, but it also doesn't mean that you are. So it's just, it's very confusing because sometimes you can feel I said that weird. Sometimes you can feel like you're gonna have a panic attack that day. I know I've had some days where, I don't know if it's just me, but I felt like I was gonna have a panic attack all day, but then I did have one because, I don't know, but I had this really funny feeling inside me that something was gonna go wrong, and something was gonna go wrong inside of me, and that, for me, if it's that, then it's normally having a panic attack. So some days you can tell, but some days you can't, and some days it's just, oh, nice and happy, and the next minute your anxiety's like, oh, I know, I'll drop a panic attack on you, and then you have a full-on panic attack. So I know it's happened to me before. Loads of time when I'm at school, I can be happy one lesson, and then the next lesson I'll be having a panic attack, all crying my eyes out, and people will be like, oh, she's doing it to get out of class, which I am not. And I know it can be extremely hard to deal with anxiety and panic attacks at school because I've been there. I'm still dealing with it. I know how it feels. It is really hard, but the thing is, you gotta remember that it's okay to have panic attacks, and it's okay to have anxiety because that's what makes you you. And I was talking about this to a supply teacher, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday, because basically yesterday I had a really panicky panic attacks day, and I think I was in French, yeah, and this supply teacher was one what I've met before, and she's really, really nice. I don't know her name, so I'm not going to mention it because I just don't know. Me and my friends have got a nickname for her, but I'm not going to mention it just in case any teachers watch this video, which I highly doubt, but just in case, I am not going to mention her name. So this supply teacher, she was really nice. She wasn't even supposed to be in my class that day, but I'm really thankful that she did. I had this other supply teacher in my French class, and then she was supposed to be with year 11s, but they weren't there because it was their last day. So she came up to our class and she saw that I was having like, well, I didn't know if she knew I was having a panic attack, but obviously you can kind of tell that something's up, but I didn't know if she wanted to, if she knew, but I think she knew, but she just didn't want to say anything because obviously you don't know if they want to talk about it. And I was going to speak to a different teacher because I remember asking if I could speak to a teacher who is not doing her classes, because I knew she wasn't, because she was one of them teachers who had a free lesson, and she said that if, like, before the lesson, she was like, if anyone be's naughty, then they can go to her. So I was asking to speak to her, but then luckily the supply teacher, I nearly keep saying the nickname, the supply teacher came up, and yeah, Miss Teacher, I'm not going to say her name, I was about to say my actual teacher who was teaching French, like the supply who was meant to be teaching French, she was like, oh, do you want to speak to her? And I was like, yeah, that's fine. So it was really nice how she did it, because most teachers just like talk to you and that's it, but she actually took me through the corridor and she explained to me like all like these different techniques, and she explained to me this one which I think is really helpful. You might find it a bit daft, but basically if you're in a room and you start to feel anxious, just think of like all the colours of a rainbow and try and find something in that room with that colour. So say if it was a red, like red right now, I would say, let me think, I can't find nothing red in my room, what a good explanation. Okay, the red recorder dot on my phone, that's what, actually now I've got a red label on my bottle, that's what I'm going to say. And then you would say what it is and that, and then you'd go on to the next colour and so on, and then apparently that's meant to like settle your anxiety down. And another thing what I really liked about her is, because I thought my anxiety and panic attack went away because I felt fine, but then I went back in the class and then 2 minutes later it all started again, which I find really like horrifying. Well, not horrifying, but I hate it because I'm scared that the teachers are going to say, well, you calm down, you can't go outside of the class again. But she was really nice. She took me into this other room where no one was teaching, and she sat with me and she spoke to me, and yeah, she was really nice. And there is there is like teachers who I can rely on in my school to do that. I mean, there is some like teachers what I don't like, but I think in every school, like every student is going to have those teachers who they don't like, but then they're going to have the teachers what I do like. And I'm so thankful that I've got some teachers who will help me and who like will understand how I feel. Like my form tutor, for instance, and like the safeguarding team at my school, they help me out a lot. And like teachers, like say I'm having a panic attack, like in the lesson, some teachers are very helpful and like very comforting, like they can speak to me, and yeah, they're really nice. This has been a rambling video, but I hope it helped, and I think this is going to be a title like in school. And if you want me to like do more videos like how to deal with anxiety at home, then please comment down below, because I have this is the one like how to deal with it in school, and I'm going to speak a bit more about it now. But if you have a panic attack in school, these are the 3 stages I do. When I feel like there's going to be a panic attack coming on, if you feel like it, because I know not all the time you can feel one coming on. Sometimes it's just, here's a panic attack, and then you have it. But if you feel like one is coming on, then try and calm down as best as you can before it gets worse, because I've done that before. I've been like, oh my god, I'm about to have a panic attack, and then it just gets worse and gets worse all in your body, and then you have a full-on panic attack. But if you try and calm down, I know it will be really hard, but if you try and calm down first, just before, like, when you have the feeling, try and calm down, then it might slow things down and you might not end up having a panic attack, because I've done that before. And then step 2 is, if you can't calm down, then you may have to go and step outside of that situation. Like say if I'm in a classroom, I go to the teacher and I'm like, miss, can I step outside because I am a bit uncomfortable and I feel like I'm going to have a panic attack. And the majority of the time the teachers will say yeah, sure, but if the teachers say no, then don't walk out unless you necessarily need to. If you necessarily think you're going to faint, or you necessarily think that you cannot cope in that room, or you you cannot physically be in that room, then I wouldn't suggest walking out. So I suggest do that like as a last resort. But if they say no, then sit down and try and like deal with it yourself. Try and do the rainbow method, how you like find different things to do with a rainbow, like I said earlier, and try and like say if you sit near your friends, try and talk to your friends and be like, hey, let's have a conversation. Like obviously make sure you do your work as well, but like just try and interact with other people, try and take your mind off it, and then hopefully it will go away. And 3, if you're outside, like say if you manage to get outside of the classroom or outside of the situation, don't like keep building it up. Don't think, oh my god, everyone's gonna like look at me, I'm gonna feel really embarrassed. Try and like breathe like normally, because I know when I'm in a panic attack I breathe really fast, and some people I've known walked past me before and they started laughing because I'm like that, and I can't like really breathe properly. So if like you're in that situation, just try and calm down. Normally for me, like I try and count like to 10 and then keep doing that until obviously someone's just knocked on my door, I don't know if you can hear that, but until like it goes away. And if you can, like say if you have a teacher what you like talking to if it's in school, or a member of staff who you like talking to, and you know that they're not teaching, or you know that you can go to them, then go to them, speak to them if you're allowed, and like speak about your problems. Because I know when I'm having a panic attack, the best thing for me is if I can go and speak to someone, and then it calms me down. And like obviously we'll go through the stages, like I know I've been safeguarding before, like having one, and then like, right, what started this or what triggered it, and like how can we calm you down. And it is really good to like talk about your problems if you're having a panic attack. So thank you very much guys for watching this video. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and make sure to comment down below if you want me to do different, like how I deal with anxiety and panic attacks at home, or how I deal with it outside, like in public, like in like gatherings and stuff, because this one's obviously how I deal with it in school. And make sure to subscribe to my channel, because my target is to get to 100 subscribers, and I'm at 61 currently now. So make sure to subscribe and share the video on all social media so everyone can know about my channel, so I can get to my target, because when I get to 100 subscribers I'll be doing a giveaway. So yeah, make sure to like, comment and subscribe and share with your friends and family, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!